Ooh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Let's Play, and I must say, it's been a long time no see. So, I got a little busy with life and just things in general, so I haven't had much time to hop on here and make an episode, but we are out in front of course, our shipping and receiving building and, our animal farm building. And I did do a little bit more that I said, so this mud path here, this is basically going to go out to our docks, which if you guys remember from a couple weeks ago, we're going to build some docks, put some ships out there. It's going to be pretty neat. And then if you come in here, of course, we have all of our pigs, and we're working on getting more cows because, well, we couldn't find that many to begin with. And then over here we have all of our sheep shearing devices. And yes, I did add the cyan sheep in. He's right up there. So thank you to everyone who suggested that actually in the last episode. So I was going to do the redstone this episode, but you guys have seen this often enough, and I did like the one cell thing. So all we're doing different is instead of like the wool collecting in a chest or anything along those lines, it's actually collecting in the dispenser down there, and it's true for all those here and all these up here. So what happens is anytime wool goes into this dispenser here, it's sensed by this. Of course, it comes out around here and fires all of the dispensers, and it also goes up this little tower here and fires all of these dispensers, where it goes into this water stream up top. So of course, once you get up top, you can see the water comes up and it runs over all these hoppers, which is just your basic storage system. And then we just have all the different colors of wool being sorted. So it wasn't that complicated of a system. The only thing that's kind of agitating, if you will, about this whole thing is there's evidently like a glitch or something with hoppers in that, I don't know, they just don't catch all the items. So, like with items going over top in water streams, or even just being passed hopper to hopper, the hopper underneath doesn't always catch it. And I don't know if that's a lag issue or what that is, but, it's something with Minecraft Bedrock, and, well, frankly, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, something wrong with the game, because let's face it, it's still bug rock. I actually want to take a break from this today. And I know I said we were going to do, like, the ships and everything and the docks this episode and a little bit of interior decorating, but I want to do something a little different because you guys have been watching this for quite a while, and I actually lost my helmet. Okay, well, that's a new one. But I want to take a break from this for a while. That's because I don't know why, but I just have this urge to build, well, it's a massive project, let me tell you that much. What we actually are going to need is a bunch of gravel and a bunch of sand, because we are going to make a bunch of concrete. I mean a bunch. I'm just checking these chests right here. So let me go back to the house and I'll actually explain to you what we are going to build or start building today. Well, I guess now that we're back at the house, I can go ahead and tell you guys what I want to build. So, my idea. This might come as a shocker to some of you because this is going to be an absolutely massive project, is I want to build myself a wrestling ring. Yeah, you heard that right, a wrestling ring. Like, Stone Cold, The Miz, Kenny Owens kind of wrestling ring. And that's because, well, I've been watching a lot of wrestling in real life lately, and, they always say to take inspiration from it's from a short, but they always say to take inspiration, of course, from things you're doing in real life or things you see. And I've just been watching a lot of wrestling lately, and, well, I mean, to me, it's awesome. So I kind of want to build a wrestling ring in Minecraft, but I don't want to build just any wrestling ring. I need some purple dye. The ring I actually want to make is from the 1993 Royal Rumble. So I know that might be a little dated for y'all, but I actually just watched it this weekend, and that's kind of just, where my motivation lies to build something of this scale. So instead of building it as a 1-to-1 scale, we're actually going to build it to a 1-to-12 scale. So basically, one block is going to equal 1 inch of a wrestling ring. So this build is going to be massive. It's going to be ridiculously big. So we're going to have to find some place to not only put it, but someplace where we can kind of keep it out of the way of our main base, of our city build, and all the stuff we got going on out here. I'm going to have to make, of course, a bunch of purple concrete, because that is the, like, apron of the ring. And we can do a lot with this, but, for now, I'm just going to start with the apron, and then we'll go from there. If you guys haven't been paying attention in the background also, I can show you this. I went ahead and finished off, well, and closed this room here. And then we went ahead and made a ladder up to the attic. And I just kind of added this block palette here. It's just, diamond, emerald, gold, iron. And then, of course, we have copper, which I have to hit with some beeswax so it doesn't oxidize. And then, of course, you guys remember our Christmas decorations and our Halloween decorations. But, yeah, we almost have this little part of the house done. So I guess now we just got to figure out where we're going to put this thing. And I'm thinking our best bet might actually be out this way because it's a lot of ocean. And with a lot of ocean, that means a lot of flat land. So it's pretty easy to build. Well, guys, I think this settles it. So I rowed my boat all the way out here. And as you can tell, this is just a bunch of ocean. And there's not any water temples here. There's a couple drowned throwing tridents at me. But other than that, there's not really a lot going on out here. As you can see, there's our mob spawner. But, it's just a bunch of islands and a big old lake, I guess, ocean kind of thing. So, I mean, really, this is the best spot we can build in. And there's not really too many biomes. There's a jungle edge over here, which isn't too exciting, and then it looks like you got a birch forest. So I think we're going to build here. I think this is our best bet to build. Oh my gosh, these dolphins will not leave me alone. So I'm going to go back and grab a bed because I just journeyed all the way. Actually, I can just stop at my mob farm and take a quick sleep, and then we're going to have to turn this concrete powder into, of course, concrete because we're building on top of an ocean. And yeah, we'll get started. I guess I'll show you guys the scale of this project. So, are you guys ready to see the biggest scale in our world yet? This is going to blow your mind. This is one side, or 1/4 of one side. So basically, this right here is going to be the ring apron. And the ring apron is about 40 inches tall. So we got 40 blocks here, and then it is 22 feet because a wrestling ring is 20 feet, and then there's a 1-foot apron on each side. So that's 22 feet long, which is 264 blocks. And then, of course, we're going to have to continue it down that way, and back up here. So basically, this took 5 stacks of purple concrete. Now, this build is going to get easier because, once we get the bottom down, I don't have to make it into actual concrete. I can just leave it as powder and then just pour water over it. So we're actually kind of lucky in that sense. So basically, all I got to do is just get the bottom parts in, and those are going to be the pain. And then after that, the build's going to get pretty easy. Of course, once we start putting the mat in and the turnbuckles and the ring posts, that's kind of subject to change. But at least the bulk of this bottom part here will be somewhat easy. So I'm going to go ahead and, we still have a couple stacks of purple concrete powder. So I think I'll actually be able to get 1 or 2 more sides in. I don't think we'll be able to finish it because that was all the sand we had. Now, I could go sand mining, but, we got other stuff to do. So let me use up the rest of this purple concrete, and then we'll see what we have left. Alright guys, there we have it. So there is our original side of the ring apron. Here is our second side, and then we started into the third side. Probably about 1/4 of the way through, maybe a little bit less, but we're 60 blocks into 264. So we got a ways to go. That's to put it lightly, of course. So, we do got to finish this side, and then, build it all up. But, I'm going to have to collect some resources in between episodes. I'm seeing a lot of sand here. That's actually the thing that's holding us back, ironically, is sand. Because, well, we can't seem to ever get our hands on a good shovel. So, I'm going to have to do some enchanting, and hopefully we'll get ourselves a worthy shovel. So, I kind of want to shift gears now, of course, and I want to go do something else, and that is actually going to work back where we started the episode, and that is on our, shipping, importing, exporting station. And what I want to do is start to put some detail into it. Now, right now, it's kind of just a building, and, there's a little bit of a storage system for the wool. Of course, we can, AFK, quote-unquote, since we're going to be in the area to get some wool, so that'll help us out. But, we need to put some detail into it. The top is supposed to be like this big, like, where all the wool goes to be shipped out and, crane and all this stuff. So we have to put all those details into the top. And then, of course, down the bottom, we're not just receiving animal goods or shipping animal goods. We're also getting everything the world needs. Like, I don't know, anvils and, axes and enchanting tables and stuff like that. So we can go ahead and, put some of that outside. Maybe even some wheels for stuff. So let me go ahead and crawl my way back over there, because once again, we do not have Depth Strider on any of our boots, because we can never get lucky enough to get it. And, we'll start working on some detail, really make the building pop. Alright, so here we are back at our importing and exporting center, and let's go ahead and add some details around this general area. So first things first, we've got to add a staircase, of course, so we can get up to our actual top level. So we're going to go ahead and put that back here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that in. So there we go. We got a nice little staircase up top. Now, it's not like super complicated or, super detailed, but at least we have a staircase, so we can go ahead and finish up the top. We do have a little bit more work to do on the bottom, but hey, we'll get there when we get there. So next thing we got to do is go ahead and put some shelves in, and these are, of course, going to just hold our wool. So let's go ahead and get a few of these in now. Alright, now that we have our little shelving units in, we can go ahead and randomly grab a couple pieces of wool, and then we can just toss these on the shelf. Maybe it's, where we're storing them at. So we'll just grab, just a few different pieces, kind of just sporadically grabbing them. No rhyme or reason, so we'll just say like orange, there, and then we can toss our blue, of course, there. And let's toss that one in the middle. Maybe some magenta up top. Feeling some purple right there, and there, and there. And then, of course, we have some brown. So we'll just toss that there in the center. And maybe this one can go directly in front of my face. Now, let's toss this one. Oh, let's just say orange over there. And we'll toss brown over here. Alright, so there we go. Now we have our inventory of different colors of wool. So what I want to do over on this side right here is actually make a pallet of wool. So I got to take out this chest, and I have to take out this crafting table, but basically it's just going to be a staircase, an upside down staircase, and then a pallet. So let's go ahead and make this pallet real quick. And now that we went ahead and got our wool in there, we can go ahead and wrap it. So, of course, not thinking ahead, I forgot that this is going to be kind of weird. So we're just going to wrap it like this and spruce doors, and that'll make it kind of look like it has some strength to it. So we'll just carry this up and over, and then, of course, we'll just go ahead and do this over here, too. Okay, so there we go. We have our nice little wool pallet strapped down. So, good little way to hold on to our wool so it doesn't fall anywhere, or at least out of here. So next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and put a giant claw stretching from that side to that side. So I got to figure out a way to get up top, and I think I actually have some scaffolding somewhere around here, so we'll find that, and then let's go ahead and stretch this across the room. So we've gone ahead and hooked up our little cable attachment up there. So now we're just going to make a real quick little claw, and this will, of course, help us move all of our wool and our pallets and everything like this. So I'm just going to make a real simple one like this and like this. And there's our little claw, so it can come over and grab our pallets of wool. Maybe it grabs our, wool itself, and it helps us just move the stuff outside. So yeah, we got a little bit of detail up here, so it makes it look like it's actually, doing something. And also, it did harvest while I was busy doing stuff. So I want to check over here and see if, see, there's a bunch of wool backed up in here, and that was what I was saying was the problem with this system. Even though, there's item sorters, and oh, here comes more. So there'll probably be more wool getting backed up in here. Yeah, so you guys just saw all that wool come up. So there's even more backed up in here now, and I don't know why it's doing that, because the system should be fast enough to keep up with it, but evidently there's something going on with Bedrock where hoppers just don't pull items properly. Go figure, right? Bug rock. So I want to add a couple more things out here since we're adding some details to this area. And the first thing I want to add is I want to add another pallet, which I think I'm going to put over here somewhere. And then over on this side, what I actually want to do is I want to make some tires, like some tractor tires or something like that. We do have vehicles in this world, so, we need tires. So let's go ahead. We'll just toss that like that. And then one there and one there. So there we go. So there's like a tractor tire leaning up against the building. And, let's actually add one more. Let's just go ahead and sleep here first. All right, there we go. Now that we've slept a little bit, we can go ahead. Let's make ourselves, like I said, one more of these tires. We only need 4 of those. Okay. And we'll just go ahead and, let's set this one here. So then that way it looks like it's leaning up against it. Kind of give it a little bit more personality, I guess. So we'll do that, and then that's the wrong way. That, and that. There we go. Alright, so there we go. We got some tires, of course, leaning up against the building. And then, like I said, over here, I want to go ahead and make another pallet. And I think the best way to do this would be facing that way. So what I got to do is do that. Alright, so here is palette number 2. This one was a little bit easier, and I was a little bit smarter with this one. And I went ahead and made it an odd number so we can actually wrap it somewhat evenly. So we'll just go ahead and fill this one in with furnaces because, well, that's all I could think of. And, you know, we'll just make it a 2-high furnace so you can go ahead and see that all the furnaces are packed on there nice and neat. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and wrap this one too with our spruce trap door, and we'll go up and over, and that way it'll make it look like it's nicely secured onto there. I just need some more trap doors. There we go. See, now there we go. Now we have some nice little details added into this build, some extra, you know, different colors, so it's not all just brown and dark brown colors. We have some, you know, black and grays to add in here, I guess, to look at, and we have our nice little wool area up there. So the top is pretty much done. I might go through and like just take out the torches and add lanterns, but other than that, there's not really a lot that's going to change up top because, well, there's not too much left to do. It's just redstone up here, and like I said, this stuff is just kind of, you know, just to make it look full. It doesn't really serve a purpose, any of this. So yeah, this part is done, but this part down here we still need to work on a little bit, and of course the inside with the animals still needs a little bit of work. It's just pathing and stuff like that, so it's not really too much work to do, but you guys also haven't gotten an episode in a while, so we're actually going to go ahead and put this one out as it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the new massive project that we started. In between episodes, I'm going to try and gather as much sand and gravel as I possibly can, and we're just going to see just how far we can get. You know, I might even have a couple people join this world and just go mining for sand and gravel because we're going to need a lot. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and you know, I hope you guys are, you know, happy to see me back because, well, it's been, like I said, a little bit. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, and as always, make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.